Emergency Podcast. Big news dropped today regarding one of the nerdiest things that we can talk about, modern MCU. Everyone introduce themselves and go. Me Connell. Who are you?
I
What do you
am
do?
me, Connell, your friendly neighborhood Renaissance man.
Mr. Sniffles, a big ass hater, hating my heart.
Crazy.
And this is Grayson Red reporting from you to you live from my car because the MCU felt like just fucking up my Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we got a full list, quote unquote, full list of the cast that is going to be headlining the newest movie, Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday to be specific. This is going to be what looks like to be the biggest movie that they've ever created, which is saying something because they made Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, even bigger than the last Spider-Man one.
It's definitely going to be bigger than that. So first off, let's get some of the simple stuff out of the way. A lot of names on here. I don't even know if we are gonna fucking mention all of them, but what are some of the names that you wish you had heard?
I believe was Tom Holland on the list. I don't believe he
No.
was. No, right?
He's gonna be in the movie though.
I mean, hopefully, but like it's one of those things where like what I don't want to happen is like the same thing that happened in Endgame, where they just show like small cameos of people in like these small little pockets, and then like everybody gets their moment to shine type shit.
Yeah,
Right.
there's gonna be a lot of that.
But for sure, Tom Holland was one. I was like, that's weird. And Scarlet Witch was like,
Scarlet Witch, I feel she'll make some type of appearance. I feel as though Adam Warlock should be on there.
yeah,
That's wishful thinking for that one, but all those other names I feel like guaranteed are definitely gonna be in there. Scarlet Witch and Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Maybe Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool too, since you got all the other X-Men people in there. If you want to read off that list, Justin,
yeah, but they
they're
weren't
all in there. Your boy Scott
Hugh
coming back.
Yeah,
Scott Summers. I'm
Shout out
trying to
to
find.
OG.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
I said, shout out to OG Scott Summers. You know, he got done so dirty, but he's like, you know what? I'll come back for this.
Yeah, put some respect on his name, man.
Yeah. So I know that there's going to be some names here that are going to be missed, but this is everyone that's announced. So we have Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm,
Okay.
Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier, Letitia Wright as Shuri, Paul Rudd as Scott Lang, Wyatt Russell as John Walker, Tinak Meha as Namor, Iban Mas Bankark as Ben Grimm, Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, also known as the White Widow, Kelsey Grammer as Dr. Hank McCoy, like the original Beast, Louis Pullman as Bob, the Sentry, Danny Ramirez as Joaquin Torres, the Phoenix. I'm sorry, the Falcon. X-Men on the brain. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, Human Torch. David Harbour as Alexei Satskovich, the Red Guardian. I'm sure I butchered that last name. Winston Duke as M'Baku. There's more to go. Hannah John Kamen as Ava Starr, Ghost. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier.
Okay.
Ian McKellen as Eric Lensher, Magneto. Alan Cumming as Kurt Wagner, Nightcrawler. Rebecca Aramjan as Mystique, the original Mystique. James Marsden, my boy, Scott Summers, Cyclops. Channing Tatum as Remy LeBeau.
There we go.
That is Gambit. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, and last but most certainly not least, Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom / Dr. Doom.
What I would like to see with the X-Men characters at least. So first, I want them to do Battle World. I think Battle World will be an excellent like one up to everything. And then in the meantime, you could fill in like let's say they do 4 years in between movies, and in that 4 years they do different pocket TV shows from Battle World just to explore the world a little bit before we get to the second part of this movie or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. What I want them to do, and this is in my heart of hearts, I want them to do the Age of Apocalypse storyline because all the pieces are there except for Wolverine and Phoenix. So two big pieces, but like everybody else is there. Give me Dark Beast. I don't want regular as Hank McCoy. I want Dark Beast.
Mm.
But
How you feel?
I'm kind of over the apocalypse thing now. Shout out to Days of Future Past or whatever X-Men story. Finally decided to cover that after like 8 years of us actually wanting it, when we should have gotten it. But that is what it is for that one.
yeah. But at least
All
we know the Thunderbolts are gonna survive. So because they're in this one.
Of course, they were going to survive. They paid too much fucking money.
Yeah, that's true. Justin, how do you feel about it?
I will say, as excited as I am for all these names, I think the whole 5 hour live stream was a bit drawn out. I wasn't a huge fan of that, to be honest with you. But I'm glad that they actively have in production now. The movie isn't supposed to come out for another year, so if they're already in production now, post production takes a couple months to a year at most. They should have this well in the can with no rushing. I'm very happy about that. And considering the way that the last Avengers movies were made, they were filmed basically back to back, almost essentially damn near one big movie. They'll have even more time to get ready for that May 2027 release for Avengers Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a given that it's going to be Battle World. Desmond, we're going to keep it real short for you and everyone else who's not super inclined to this. Battle World is when all of the universes basically got imploded in on each other, and Doctor Doom came and put together little pieces of them into one big ass world of every Easter egg you can think of, and it's exactly what it was.
It was all clear.
And it was what we had in Avengers Secret Wars, and look at that. Avengers Secret Wars is exactly what this movie is going to be called in May 2027.
The thing I don't want to, and I keep saying things that I don't want, but like I guess what would really like irk me is if they use Secret Wars and title alone, and that's it. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do something different this time." It's like no one's asking you to do something different. This is the problem. Y'all keep changing the recipe when the recipe work already. We know the recipe work over here because it worked in the comic book. Don't change it over here.
No, well, let's be fair. And I'm a comic guy. I was just they fucked up my Wednesday because today's when I pick up my comics. Like I'm a comic book guy.
The Wednesday pool.
The Wednesday pool. Listen, the first Secret Wars was not good. It was just the first Secret Wars in 1985 or whatever, when the fuck it was. Like it wasn't good. So
no, I'm talking about Doom World.
Well, you're talking about Doomsday?
No, I'm talking
Battle World.
Battle World, the second Secret Wars.
No, that's like the third, Phil. That's like the third.
What am I missing?
They did another Secret Wars in the middle of that. Okay.
Is that the Spider-Man one?
No, the Spider-Man one was the first one, which is arguably the only good thing to come out of it. So they had a Secret Wars series in between then, but this Secret Wars 2015 was the first good one, if you ask me.
Okay, I'm thinking of Battle World then.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was good, and for sure they should follow that recipe. But the original Secret Wars was a crazy seller, you know what I mean? And it introduced us to the topics. When it comes to films, we have to remember that it's an adaptation of that stuff. Things have to change. Absolutely. Like without a shadow of a doubt.
Do they?
Absolutely.
They got all the rights to the characters now. So
things have to change. There's no way they can do what they did in Avengers Secret Wars. In Secret Wars as they're going to do here. There's no way they're going to have Scott literally eat a fucking Phoenix Force egg and then come out and fuck shit up. There's just too much stuff that they have to do and set up. They're not going to show the existential crisis of the universe imploding on itself. It's just there's not enough time. There's 2.5, maybe 3 hours of a movie.
So no
they can't space it out.
Yeah,
no, incursions are going to happen, but that's already been set up.
But that's the thing, like with the incursions, because like the Battle World thing was the one book, and then everything leading up to that was, incursions are happening here, Battle World is here, the Illuminati's doing this, X-Men are doing this, and then we got the big summer event.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's set up the correct way, they could arguably, and this is if they set it up through the movies and the TV shows, you could lead up everything to it, but they probably won't.
They haven't though. There's not enough. There's not enough time, Phil. Like there's been allusions to incursions. We saw Multiverse of Madness, which I stand by as a very fun film. There's been things left and like
Oh, that's
the
another person who wasn't on the thing though.
yeah
And there's
Doctor Strange,
Cumber Snatch.
Cumberbatch. Yeah, he's gonna be in the Secret Wars. I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, but here's the thing: we've had allusions to that this entire time. When people were acting mentally, I'm trying to say this without getting canceled. When people were acting very dumb, saying there's no plan for the MCU, like they were force feeding us Kang, who was not mentioned as well, and Secret Wars and incursions over and over. So this has been planned. This has been brought to us piece by piece, but it's not going to be a direct adaptation. I want to temper everyone's expectations.
Yeah, I think in terms of like the feeding us information piece by piece, I don't think they had an actual plan. I think they had an idea. Because if you look at the structure of the things that's been happening, we haven't. When else have we mentioned the incursions outside of what it was? It happened in
Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
That was about it.
Well, that was a whole movie about that. And on top of that, we had universes collapsing on each other for Spider-Man, which was very obvious.
Was it?
Absolutely, they literally collapsed in on the Earth and said, "If you don't stop this, Peter, everything is going to be destroyed." Absolutely,
But that wasn't an incursion, though. They didn't call it an incursion.
that's where we have to use our adult brains, like, and be like, "Oh, that's what's happening." And I'm not being funny. I'm like, "Yo, if let's say, okay, you know what? For sake of argument, say you're right. Say it wasn't directly an incursion. There's clearly implications that universes combining and colliding is negative for our universe.
Yes.
I feel like they've set that up very well.
Yes.
You can even say Deadpool versus Wolverine, how they talked about it a little bit. Like not they didn't mention incursion, but it was like,
I mean, with the TVA, with the timelines, right?
Yeah, with Loki, we had basically 2 series about that. You know what I mean? So we're talking about 4 things that definitely, bare minimum, talk about how like universes touching each other isn't a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it.
I'm trying to figure out what Loki's role in this is going to be. He hasn't been in there for a little while.
Well,
he's literally holding everything together because the timeline got really fucked up because universes kept branching off and touching each other.
Yeah.
Right. So if he's holding everything together as was it God Loki, learning tree Loki or something like that?
Like what I think now, currently in the comics, he's God of Stories Loki still.
That's it.
Yeah, which is like he's like a reality warper. Like
I said, learning tree. That's Chris Jericho. Shout out to AEW though.
Crazy.
But yeah, I'm really excited about. I'm just excited about the movie. I just hope that they take their time. I have a whole bunch of other feelings about the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is heading this movie. We'll talk about that tomorrow for the pod.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys have anything you want to say before we hop off?
Give us Spider-Man X-Men versus the Avengers. Well, we can do it.
There's so much stuff that has to happen for that. There's so much. So much. I guess we'll see. It was I fully agree with you. 5 hours. That John could have been 30 minutes and maybe an email. It didn't have to be all of that. It literally because
it's just chairs.
Yeah, I feel like I got trolled. Like they literally could have just posted the chairs on their Instagram and just posted the chairs and left it at that, and it still would have had the same effect.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I get like getting the stream for 5 hours. I guess they get money from that or something. But like, I don't know. It just felt very like, why are we doing this? But all in all, I'm excited for Battle World. Battle World is one of my favorite Marvel stories because it took something old and did something new with it. So we'll see if they adapt it correctly or if they shit the bed. Because right now, this is a make or break moment for Marvel because people are tired of it. So if it does good, then we probably get another 10 years of Marvel in a different direction. If it does bad, this could be a nail in the coffin. So this is make or break at this point.
All right. Well, that was all we have for the emergency pod. We will be back on again. We're recording tomorrow to release this weekend. Thank you for your time. Peace, be safe, and thanks a lot, Marvel. I couldn't read one of my comments.
Good job, Marvel.
Don't make it
Ready to
5 hours.
ruin a Wednesday in a
Don't
good
make
way.
it 5 hours next time. Figure it out.
Right.